If you have good reasoning and basic math skills, well, you should be able to eventually find the solution to this problem. But if you have studied at least 1 year of algebra, you should be able to solve this problem pretty quickly. All right, so let's take a look at the question. So, bus A has 18 more seats than bus B. Together, they have 96 seats. How many seats does each bus have? All right, now feel free to use a calculator, but if you think you know the answer, put that into the comment section. I'm going to show you exactly how to solve this problem in just 1 second. But let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John, and I have been teaching math for decades. And if you need assistance in mathematics, check out my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. You can find a link to that in the description below. And if this video helps you out, or if you just enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. So, one more time, here is the problem. Bus A has 18 more seats than Bus B. Together, they have 96 seats. How many seats does each bus have? So, the first step in solving any math word problem is to make sure you read it more than one time. Now, I have read the problem twice, but I'm going to recommend that you read a problem at least 3 times before you actually start doing any math. First, you want to read the problem, get a general sense of what's going on. The second time you read the problem, make sure you understand the question. And then the third time, make sure you kind of get all those details that you need to start thinking about how to solve the problem. Okay, so here we have two buses, bus A and bus B. So we need to kind of figure out how many seats does each of these buses have, but we don't know these values. So it's a good idea to think about algebra because the whole idea behind algebra is to use variables to represent unknown values. And the question here is how many seats does each bus have? So I'm looking for the number of seats for bus A and bus B. So it's a good idea to establish two variables that represent what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to let the variable A represent the number of seats for bus A, and then I'll let the variable B represent the number of seats for bus B. So now we have two variables and we're thinking in terms of algebra. So we have these variables A and B. So we want to now solve for these variables. Now here is kind of a general rule of thumb in algebra. So we have two variables. Now to get the answer to these variables or to figure out what these variables actually represent in terms of a numeric value, we need to build an equation. Now, one equation is not going to be sufficient to solve for two variables. So in algebra, if you're looking to solve for two variables, you're going to need to build two equations. So it kind of goes like this. The number of variables that you're looking for, you have to build that many equations to solve for these variables. And this concept is called a system of equations. So we're going to have to build two equations from all the information in this problem to solve for these variables. So this is what we want to think about now. We have variable A and variable B, and we have to use this information to build two equations, or we cannot determine the values of A and B. All right, so let's go ahead and do this right now, and I don't think this is going to be too complicated. So bus A has 18 more seats than bus B. So can you build an equation from that? Now, here is another part of the problem that should be pretty easy to build an equation, and that is together they have 96 seats. Matter of fact, let's build this equation right here because this is nice and easy. So together they have 96 seats. So this equation is going to be this. A plus B is 96, right? So the number of seats on bus A plus the number of seats on bus B is 96, right? So together they have 96. All right, so this is a nice, easy equation. But again, we have two variables. We need two equations. And what we're building here algebraically is something called a two variable linear system. And this is a big topic that you study in like first year algebra. Okay, so let's talk about this equation right here. So I have a is equal to b plus 18. So we have to be careful with this equation so we don't confuse it. So bus A has 18 more seats than bus B. So which bus has more seats, bus A or bus B? Well, bus A has 18 more seats than bus B. So what we need to do is add 18 seats to bus B, and that will be equal to the number of seats for bus A. So let's take a look at that right here. So A is equal to B plus 18. All right, so once you build your equations, you want to kind of double check and read the problem and make sure they are accurate. And if they are, well, then the next step is going to be to solve this two variable linear system. And this is not going to be that difficult. Real quick, if you want my best math instruction, you definitely got to check out my full courses. Again, you can find links to these in the description of this video, but they span basic math to advanced math and everything in between. Okay, so let's keep going with this problem, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Now, before I show you how to solve a two-variable linear system, let's just make sure you understand what a two-variable linear system is. Effectively, what we have is two linear equations, or two lines. So you can actually graph these two lines on the x-y coordinate plane. So let me just show you real quick. And I don't want to turn this into a full, complete lesson on systems, but I want to make sure that you understand the big picture. So here, this a is equal to b plus 18. We could change these axes from x and y, or from x and y to like a and b. But let's just kind of forget about the a and b here. Let's just imagine we had equations like y equals 2x plus 1, and maybe x plus y is equal to 7. All right, so here we have two variables, and we have two equations just like this right here, A and B. So let me go ahead and just back up here because I don't want to get anyone lost in my explanation. Now, these equations are what we call linear equations, all right? So we have one variable, and each of these variables is to the first power, okay? That is what we call a linear equation. Now, here, because we have two variables, we have a two-variable linear equation. And basically, this is what we have in equations of lines. Okay, so when we have equations of lines, what we have is a two-variable linear equation, something like this. And you can graph these lines. Okay, so we could graph these lines on the xy plane. And the whole idea of solving a system is that we want to graph each of these linear equations and look for the point that they intersect, specifically the xy ordered pair that is on both lines, or the intersection point. So if these two lines intersect, we can find that point. Well, that is the solution to the system. So there's actually a technique called the graphing method. We can actually graph these lines and then look for the point of intersection. But that is an arduous kind of method, and we have a lot better methods to solve two variable linear systems. And those two methods are algebraic methods. So let me show you what those are real quick, because we're going to be using one of these methods to actually solve this system. So the whole idea here is to write one equation. Here we have two equations in two variables. What we want to do is somehow write one equation in one variable. Okay, so here I have an equation with a and b, and here I have an equation with a and b. What I want is one equation in either all a and one equation in either all b. So we have something like this. Let's suppose I had 2b plus 1 is equal to 7. So this equation we can solve. We know how to solve a one variable linear equation, right? So this is just basic algebra, but we don't know how to solve this all by itself. So what we need to do is take both of these equations and use them to write either one equation in all A or one equation in all B. Okay, so this is kind of the main idea in these two techniques. And these techniques or methods are called the substitution method. Okay, so one is called the substitution method, and the other method is called the elimination and or linear combination method. And you need to know both of these methods in algebra. Okay, and both are perfectly great methods. And again, you need to know how to use both of them. But in some circumstances, it's easier to use one method over the other. And in this particular case, we're going to use the substitution method to solve this system. But remember, both methods, the idea here is to create one equation in one variable. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that right now. And here we have a is equal to b plus 18, and then a plus b is equal to 96. These are the equations in our system. So here we have a is equal to b plus 18. Now I could put grouping symbols or parentheses around b plus 18. But what we're saying here is a is the same thing as all of this. So I can look at this equation over here and say, you know what, I have an a, and what I want to do is build one equation. So maybe I can replace this a with all of this right here, b plus 18, because if I do that, I'm going to end up with one equation with the variable b. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to write one equation in one variable. So we're going to replace this a or substitute this a with b plus 18. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So instead of a plus b is equal to 96, we're going to again replace this a with b plus 18. And now we have one equation in one variable. So b plus 18 plus b is equal to 96. So all we have to do is use some basic algebra to solve for the variable b. So b plus b is 2b, and then we have our 18 right here is equal to 96. So now we're going to subtract 18 from both sides of the equation. We end up with 2b is equal to 78. So to solve for b, all we have to do is divide both sides of the equation by 2, and b is equal to 39. Okay, so now we know that bus B has 39 seats. So all we have to do is figure out how many seats bus A has, and we will be done. So how do we do this? Well, this is very easy. So what we can do is use one of the equations in the system. So we'll use this one because it's the easiest. So remember, A is equal to B plus 18. Well, now I know the value of B. It's 39. So I can replace this B with the 39 and solve for A. So A is equal to 39 plus 18. 39 plus 18 is 57. So bus A has 57 seats. Okay, so we have solved the problem by using a linear system, a two-variable linear system. But the main idea in this word problem was to use two variables to represent the unknown values. And again, if you have two variables representing two unknown values, well, you're going to have to build two equations, which means you have a linear system. And then you can do one of three methods. You can use that graphing method, which is a basic method that you learn in algebra, but really that's not the best method. You want to use algebraic methods to solve systems. So that means the substitution method and the elimination linear combination method. All right, now if you need additional help in algebra, maybe algebra word problems, systems, let me go ahead and give you a few suggestions. So the first thing is I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I have a lot of word problems from basic math, algebra, geometry, and more advanced word problems. So if you like doing math word problems, make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out those videos. But you really can't solve word problems unless you have the underlying math skills. So if you want to improve in basic math, algebra, geometry, trigonometry, pre-calculus, whatever math level you're at, make sure to check out the courses in the description of this video that can definitely help you out. All right, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.